Well, welcome to Ray of Hopes presents Hope for the Heart podcast. Well, today we had a detective that was supposed to come on the show, Detective Brandon Roundtree, but he got called away. So we will have him on a future show. We're going to go over a few things today, just kind of chop it up with you guys, and because we haven't done a show in a while, so just got to do something. Yeah, we've been busy. It's a lot of things going on in the city, actually. But before we get into that, and introduce my sister, is the president and founder of Ray of Hope, Angela Tanner.
Hi, hi. Glad to be here.
Yeah, she getting used to it. We both getting used to trying to be on here.
Right. It's gonna take a minute, but we trying.
Yeah, listen to yourself in the microphone and hear everything you live. I thought y'all supposed to be serious.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely something to get used to, I'm telling you.
Yeah, so there've been some interesting things happening in the community lately. There's been a raid just recently. There's some young men that's been going around in communities shooting at people, and there have been some homicides, and the detective will speak to some of that, whatever he can disclose here on the video coming up on our show. So really, we're doing a series of shows that just trying to go over gun violence just locally, but we'll talk about national things, just wherever the conversation goes. But we will cover quite a few things. Right now, since that first show we had attended fell through, we're going to watch this video about talk about interaction with officers. And I think this is the first time my sister's seen this video. I've seen it once. I don't think I watched it all because, I don't know, we'll go over it now. And I'm going to try to be cool, but
right.
Let's share the screen real quick. We'll get into it.
We actually have a line that we do at our house. We practice this thing. What is it?
I'm Ariel Sky Williams. I'm 8 years old. I'm unarmed and I have nothing that will hurt you.
It's just kind of a thing we practice at our house.
What?
See what I mean? Why would you be practicing that?
Oh,
you traumatized. That's what I'm telling you. Why? I remember watching that. What?
And this automatically makes them fearful.
Yeah, they're gonna be terrified. Like you're 8. Like
no.
Yeah, that's good.
There are great police officers out there. There's also some police officers who are not so good.
And my fear is that you run across one of those bad ones.
For some reason, people of color have always been a target by the police.
Before they became a policeman, they were a person. And that person took all their ideas and all their thoughts and all their prejudice into their job.
Why would a police officer assume that you did something bad?
Maybe because of my skin color.
I remember.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm almost speechless.
Wow.
The program that's going on is unbelievable.
Is you really this? I don't know. I won't even say it was a conversation like this with my kids. It's just basically, hey, shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Comply with the officer.
Yeah.
Do it, just do what they ask and you'll be fine. Just really, that's about the only conversation we had. And it was just in passing. It wasn't, son, I need to sit you down because we're targeted by the police. And we just hey, act like you got some sense. Like I taught you better.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Don't be running your mouth to no adult anyway.
But and they just constantly put this fear in people. They never show. I mean, I'm sure there are some cops out there that probably would. Well, why not show the ones that, just like you said, hey, okay, everything's fine. Go ahead about your business. You comply. Why not show that as well as this?
That's like, what are you crying for? Just because of my.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. That's what I don't even get about that. Let's just say, because it do happen. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what I'm seeing is that when it do happen, they want to, you just did that because you prejudiced. Like, okay, what about saying that to them is going to make it better? So if they already on one,
Right.
why is you talking stupid to make it worse?
That's right.
Yeah, you go, well, you better.
Keep your mouth closed.
Yeah, because if that is the case,
Yeah.
you want them to get on about
Yeah.
their business.
Yeah.
But, yeah. That's crazy. Just crying. Because what is you crying for? That's
Poor kids.
traumatized already.
Yeah, just poor kids.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. We Gen Xers. We go. Police are way worse back then than now. While they playing.
Yeah.
Being
They got-
put in handcuffs for something that had nothing to do with me. I was literally walking in the mall. Cops slammed me on the ground, busted my lip, chipped my tooth. That actually made me really mad.
How about the time they pulled us over with me in the car and arrested me and left all of you guys sitting in the car and nobody knew how to drive on the side of the road because the bumper on the car was kind of hanging off?
No.
You know, we live in Puyallup. There's people that don't even have a bumper on their car.
My rear brake.
Wait a minute now.
So, yeah, I'll
Go
let
ahead.
you go.
Go ahead.
So, okay, so apparently she's not telling the whole story. That's
Yeah.
first of all. That is first of all. Yeah, so maybe she tell the whole story, tell why, because apparently she either had a warrant or something else going. It was not
Yeah, the
just
bumper.
the bumper. You go to jail.
Yeah,
No.
she'll probably talk crazy.
Yeah,
Something.
lie,
happened.
yeah, you lied, sister.
In that case, boy, we should have been pulled over with the jail many times in the hoopies we had.
Right, I can give you a perfect example. Once, I mean, to be very transparent about everything, I remember years ago, I had my boys and we was driving and so they were in the back seat and they were fighting. Nobody had a seatbelt on. I was driving with no license. And so the cops saw the kids fighting, so the cops pulled me over. And he ran my name in, see that I didn't have any driver's license. So guess where I went? To jail. But he did let me call my mom. She came, picked the kids up. But I went to jail because I didn't have any license. I was in the wrong. So
No, you went to jail because you black. And you're a black woman. So that's double.
man, so yeah, she probably should tell the truth.
Yeah, quick lady.
Light wasn't working. And I got to my destination and they were working.
I was about your age, actually. They grabbed me.
Why?
I didn't know at the time. They just grabbed me. They threw me onto the police car.
I got tased that time. That time they tased me because they said I wasn't complying.
Ariel, are you okay?
No, she ain't.
No.
What's wrong, baby?
I'm sorry, I ain't got no compassion for that.
Yeah,
Cause that's just nobody little kid want to hear about how
Right.
your parents got abused.
yeah. And it seems like he's had multiple incidents. So,
Mhm.
because he's been tased, he's been thrown to the ground, busted lip. So, where and how are you keep putting yourself in this predicament?
Exactly. Because if you wasn't, and see, this so I know, because I've seen this so many times. Oh, they said I wasn't complying.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't complying.
Probably
Or
wasn't
talking
mine.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't me. And that's why I was just telling somebody about when we was in Michigan,
Mhm.
when the police put the guns out on me and Tracy.
Yeah,
And it's like, yeah, they didn't even touch us other than the searches. They
Right.
thought mistaken identity, thought we had guns. They searched us, they searched the car, and we was gone. You know, me, no handcuffs, no
right,
none of that stuff. Just we just knew, like, man, please.
right, exactly.
We ain't for to give you a reason
Right.
to do anything.
And like you said, and like we're saying, we're not saying that this don't happen because we know there was racism, that there still is, and they will get a black man and do. But if you know that, hey, okay, these people over here don't like us, I'm not going over there. That's common sense. So
Yeah.
that'll keep me from getting my lip busted.
Yeah.
So hey.
And I ain't going, and I just saw something, I think it was Officer Tatum's show, and they showed a video that some people was complying, and they weren't even black, it was white. And the task force like shot the dude or something.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, if you comply, they do that. And it's like, Do you really need to have this conversation with a grown person? Yeah, it's more, that can still happen, but at least you really got a case now.
Right, exactly.
Not complying and then getting shot up.
Yeah.
What do you think is better?
Right, it's exactly.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you're more likely not to get beat up if you comply.
exactly.
I don't guarantee it.
But yeah.
What? Like adults.
I'm okay. I'm alive. All right. Every day I get to see you. I get to do this, right? All right, come on. Let's calm down. Let's finish this, all right? You good? You're making me cry.
You have to be careful when you're out there in this world because this world's not going to always be honest or fair to you. I know, Sean, you got a little bit lighter than the rest of them, so it's a possibility you won't get stopped.
Sound like you just pulled him over.
If you're driving, cop pulls you over.
Out the car comes to the window. What would you do?
License and registration, please, ma'am.
Why do you think I pulled you over?
I don't know. Tell me.
When a police officer says something to you, don't, you're black. You can't be looking at them saying, oh, I don't know, why don't you tell me?
Well,
That right there is giving them the license to pull you out of your car and physically harm you because it will be done.
Don't get upset. Don't get sassy. Why did you pull me over? You don't have, I know how, just follow instructions and stay calm.
Okay.
Do you think just being a police officer and pulling you over, regardless of if you feel you've done something or not, they should get your respect?
That's a tricky question.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
If you got to go to your wallet to get your ID, say, can I go reach in my back pocket to get my ID out? You could do what I do, and I show them my hands. So when they're walking up, they see I don't have anything in my hands.
I'm Ariel Sky Williams, and I have nothing that will harm you or hurt you.
And what's the next place you put your hands when you're driving or on the steering wheel with your hands out?
If at all possible, turn your phone on.
And call someone and put it on speaker.
But whatever you're doing, I want you to say what you're doing before you do it.
You don't write.
This is the thing, like just adding fear, because didn't nobody go through all that with us
Right,
at all.
exactly.
Make sure you, have your hands out the window and whatever. See, you to put your hands on the steering wheel anyway before they can see it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, this is where they mess up at. They need to interview officers
Right.
to
Exactly.
understand why. I just had this conversation with somebody like a government official recently, and that's like, yeah, you got to see your hands because we don't know what you're going to do if you reach quick or whatever. How many officers? Because they don't talk about this. How many officers even recently been shot? Like it's on the rise, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it just be routine traffic stops. Hey, and they just and shoot them.
Right.
So it's something they do is called force on force training, and that's what I was helping with. That I will play the bad guy in the force on force. So you have actual weapons, but you have paint tip rounds. So I put officers in those scenarios where they can know how to respond, and sometimes they can't respond because I'll move so fast because you don't. They'll just be shot.
Yeah.
And so all that is coming into play, but for them, they need to be explained that too. And it's like, yeah, that's why we want to see your hands. That's why, you shouldn't move suddenly. That's why if you all nervous and stuff, which there's a tendency in being nervous anyway, because it's the police. I know police to get pulled over, other police is nervous. When they pulled over.
Yeah.
But when you too nervous or you doing something that's like, all right, what you want? And so that makes the officer even more senses heightened.
Yeah, and this is just getting really out of hand, you know what I mean? But we know there's another reason for them imposing more fear on people, but I guess that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Tony.
Any statements?
Well, you have to write a statement.
You don't have to write anything. You're a minor. I'm responsible for you. No one can tell you anything else.
If it tells you to be quiet, do everything that you can to get back to me. I see it weighing on you, and I don't want it to weigh on you.
I'm just worried about Donovan. I'm worried about him now.
What are you guys talking about?
My nephew and her cousin.
I don't want him to be shot. I don't want him to go to jail.
You guys, if you could say anything to police, what would you say?
Learn about people, learn about their problems,
take some diversity training. I mean, it should be like at this point, like a monthly requirement.
You know, there's really nothing at this point that they could do that would make me feel any safer with them without them just point blank, clearing them all out and starting all over from scratch.
So don't always assume that all of them are bad.
But all you see on the news and in newspapers, and it keeps happening. It's just in a different way. It's like how people are like, you should forgive so-and-so, but they keep doing it to me. I forgave them, but they keep doing it to me. It gets harder and harder to forgive them.
I have a couple ideas.
What's that?
What you can do. For once, like I say, if you so happen to get pulled over by the cops, black person, comply with what the officer says, and then 2, stay out the way. Don't be out there in trouble.
Yeah.
Get your butt out of the way and do it. And 9 times out of 10, you will have no interaction with the police at all.
Yep. Be in the house. Cause
That's
you out 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Doing
What
something,
are you out here for? Yeah. Well, I should be able to. Yeah, you can, but just know.
Right. Yeah.
Police thinking, well, what you want? You know.
Yeah.
You know, don't nobody do nothing right at that time. I ain't nobody else.
9 times out of 10, you're not.
Yeah, you ain't out there. Be doing good Samaritan stuff. That's for sure.
Right. There's your solutions.
Yeah, and it just talking about they need diversity training. It's like, why don't you get some diversity training to understand law enforcement?
Exactly.
That's diversity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I did, because that's what I tell people my story. How I got into law enforcement was, by accident. And I said, but how I went to, like in jail school, I was the only case manager that went to jail school and asked to go. And
Really?
because it was like, well, why you want to go to jail school? Because when they was moving me to do programs where I was at into the jail, I said, because I want to understand who I'm working with. Because I don't understand some of the stuff they do. It don't make any sense to me. So I want to go to the jail school, see how they train, and then I get it. So then when they asked me to move over to the sheriff department to become an officer, I already went to the school.
Right.
So all they basically did was have to do the other stuff. That's how it happened.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was it. They complete. I said, I'm gonna have to be in the building with them and work with them somehow. So I want to understand.
Yeah, and like you said, so that's what they need. Yeah, you want to get some understanding about it. Quit just listening to people. And please stop watching the news.
Yeah, because that's it. Because I didn't see. Because I, did training, so I reviewed so many videos. Don't nobody say nothing, man. White folks be getting told off.
Right.
Way worse. They'll make it a comedy. Like, World's Dumbest Criminal. Go watch it. World's Dumbest Criminal. Man, please, they slamming the white boys, everything, and they just laughing at them.
See, it's just terrible. Like you said, there's a reason why they don't show us that part, So.
Because I've seen plenty of them get scraped up, not just on TV.
Real life.
Real coming up, what?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cause they create what they call the hillbillies or whatever.
Yeah.
They be catching the blues.
Right.
So who was that? Our cousin Tony out there?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. What time? How much time we got on here? We ain't been on here that long. Tell him come in.
Tony. Come on in, sir. Welcome to the Hope for the Heart.
Yeah, one of my cousins came in. He interrupted the whole show.
Y'all gonna put that on me.
You want to come over here and sit?
Yeah, maybe we can get some. Yeah, if you want to be on camera. But get close enough. The shot is kind of tight. Yeah. There you go. It's in your hat.
I'm good.
T.I. the superstar just entered the room.
What's the topic?
Should have put you on the other side for you get them.
Yeah.
At least at the mic.
Yeah, we talking about what's the topic.
When we was watching this video, they was explaining interaction with the police to their kids. And hold up, I'll pull it back up. And we was like, what?
Thing. What is it?
I'm Ariel Sky Williams. I'm 8 years old. I'm an 8 year old. I'm an 8 year old. I'm 8 years 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 old. I'm 8 ye I'm unarmed and I have nothing that will hurt you.
It's just kind of a thing we practice at our house. There are great police officers out there. There's also some police officers who are not so good.
And my fear is that you run across one of those bad ones.
For some reason, people of color have always been a target by the police.
Before they became a policeman, they were a person. And that person took all their ideas and all their thoughts and all their prejudice into their job.
Why would a police officer assume that you did something bad?
Maybe because of my skin color.
Not talking to hear about that bumper.
I remember being put in handcuffs for something that had nothing to do with me. I was literally walking in the mall. Cops slammed me on the ground, busted my lip, chipped my tooth. That actually made me really mad.
How about the time they pulled us over with me in the car and arrested me and left all of you guys sitting in the car and nobody knew how to drive on the side of the road because the bumper on the car was kind of hanging off?
No.
You know, we live in Puyallup. There's people that don't even have a bumper on their car.
My rear.
So what do you think of that story?
They was targeted. First of all, well, I guess let's say like here, who pulls people over for a light bulb out on the license plate?
How about she lied? Because she ain't went to jail.
No bumper on the car.
Either that woman had a warrant for her arrest or something. She just sat there and told a whole lie.
Yeah, maybe she got pulled over because of the bumper.
Right. But that's
But
what
they went to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here. There's a bumper on your car. That ain't even a charge.
So where they live, people don't even have bumpers.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
you go to jail because your bumper hanging out. Girl, knock it off.
You know, like I said, that's like around here. This is the only town I know where they pull you over for a license plate bulb out.
And well, they did. I'm not saying that they don't maybe stop you because you made, you know what I mean?
But if you roll, you roll.
Right.
Ain't reason why they.
If you're legit, they're gonna let you go on about your business.
They'll give you a ticket.
But if you got a warrant or no
You going
license,
to jail.
you going
That's
to
just-
jail.
You may not even get a ticket. If
Right.
you cool.
If they walk up on you.
Yeah. Your look just ran out.
Yeah, I've been down that road many times.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Bud. I said, I know for I got story after story about that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just telling somebody about one time I was supposed to go to court. Didn't even go. Bullet said, Tony, you going to court? I said, man, please. They might have to catch me. They caught me. Bullet said, okay. We went on about our day.
Yeah, so.
She was telling that story to somebody.
Oh, really? But yeah, I think they should just on purpose, put fear in them kids like that. That's just so wrong.
Yep, because that's what I'm noticing when we talk to some of the therapists and stuff about. It's called vicarious trauma, if I'm not mistaken. So it's basically or secondary trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hear somebody who went through trauma a lot, that it affects you if you're not careful the same way. You start to take on the attributes. So like what the girl was saying earlier in the video, it's like, but that's all I see on the news. That's all I see on the news. It's like, yeah, that's like vicarious trauma. So now you're so afraid.
Yeah.
Because I said we wasn't afraid of the police. Like we was growing up, we know not to play with them.
Right.
You do that.
Yeah.
Don't provoke them.
Yeah. Like you be straight.
Yeah.
For the most part, but if you did provoke them, you know what you got coming.
Exactly. So, your
But
choice.
now, but now they just.
But on that video, it did state a lot of them take from when they was growing up. The hatred they had or the way they was treated when they was growing up. So now that they got that gun and that badge, they can do that to anybody.
Right, but they just hear it so much. You hear it all the time. Oh, the police. Oh, because if you heard all the time, oh, the cops are good cops, or they're if you heard that all the time, then that's what they will. People will believe that. But when you hear over and over and over and over, so
There are some good ones.
That's what I told. Just think about that time we was at that hotel party. Well, you had to go, but that's because you got
once again.
But everybody else was cool. Like they had people, they had the rights. I mean, they could have took You know, a lot of people jail that night, and they was like, just keep it down. They're like, just keep it down. We're gonna run everybody's name, see what's up.
Oh, you had to go.
But yeah, but they could have did way more. And that's why I'm thinking of like how many times that the police could have did certain things and they didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, they just had a dead bang.
When they took me, they could have went back there and said, okay, everybody, but when they could have got mad because they couldn't try to wake the cot up and he wouldn't get up. You know? So they could have got bad then. Then there was some people in the bathroom the other day.
Yes.
This wasn't.
Yeah, it was like, ooh, that was bad.
I was the oldest person there, and I was the only one that went. But see, that was a sign too, because they kept playing or knocking on the door like, "Oh, it's police! It's the police!" And the bully said, "All right, y'all better quit playing." Next thing you know, it was not, and it was the police.
Yeah. But yeah, so.
But yeah, so that's the thing is like when just tell stuff honestly for what it is, it's just the same. That's what I was telling.
No, I didn't. Me and Trix experienced one time when there was a nice police officer, he let us go, and she was dead wrong.
Many times.
She had so many charges right up on her, boy. It wasn't he let her, he walk away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah.
So it happened, like I said, it just all depends. But they just make it, you that put so much fear, because when I watch the videos, people, they say they scared, but they don't act like it. Like, I'm scared you're going to do something. Why are you cussing them out? Why are you cussing the police out if you scared or you resisting or running or fighting them and stuff? They ain't like fear.
He didn't come to the car all hostile. Why are you getting hostile?
Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, actually, let me see. See if we can find that video. We got a little time. I think it's in. It might take a while to find it. I think it's in Red Hope. Wow, we'll go there. We're gonna watch one. Cause the dude was cool. Like he was like, all right. He complied. He didn't like it. It was going down. But you couldn't call it racist because the police was black in that case. But now, like what happened in Memphis, now they talking about, even though everybody involved was black, it was still racism.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's still racist.
Yeah. Yeah, beat up by black police. The chief was black, the assistant chief was black.
I believe say they targeted.
Are you gonna sign it? I feel like I explained to you, you can't be in the park at night. Everyone's just gonna receive a simple ticket stating that you was in the park after hours. All right.
What am I signing over?
It's charged for a ticket.
I have to sign it?
You can not sign it and go to jail. It's this one here. This one here. All right, that's your license. Copy of citation. You have any questions? That's what it is. Come over here for me, ma'am. Can you come here, ma'am? I gave a ticket for being in the park after hours. All right? Just need to sign right here on the edge.
But because we're out, didn't you say we were out of time, so we wouldn't have known that?
Yeah, but that's
That's not a valid reason why you should be in the park because you're from out of town.
And what's your badge number?
7452.
What's your name?
Officer Brooks.
What's your first name?
I'm not going to give you my first name.
Okay, and I don't have to sign this, right?
You do have to sign it.
No, I don't.
Well, like I explained to him, it's going to be physically taken to jail.
Gotcha.
So you're refusing to sign?
What's your name?
Who's that?
That guy for the community service.
Oh, okay. Go over there, sit over there, Tony. Put the headphones on. Come back. Yeah, go around another one. Yeah.
Number 52.
What's the badge number?
I gave it to you 2 times, man.
Okay, I'm asking again.
And I'm not giving it to you.
Okay.
Are you going to sign it?
No, because I want your badge
Okay,
number.
That's fine. You want to put your hands behind your back for me? Hey, listen, my man. She said she's not signing it. Put your hands behind your back.
Sir,
Ma'am,
you're hurting.
I'm asking you to put your hands behind your back.
Sir.
Behind your back.
Sir.
Ma'am, put your hand behind your back.
Come on.
I need you to back up.
I'm just saying, like,
I need you to back up.
You don't need to touch her like that.
She's not putting her hands behind her back.
I'm asking.
See, this is how people get beat up, scraped up. Like you see your woman to go to jail, you complied. You didn't sign your stuff, and that you should let it go. Yeah, if anything, she was like, "Hey, just sign the thing. It ain't nothing but a little ticket, like this, whatever." But once they crossed that line, I know if we was out there together and we was first dating, I'd just step over, go walk on back to the car, watch her go to jail.
I would have said, why don't you just be quiet and sign the paper?
Yeah, but now she extra and trying to be. She was on one. Keep on asking for the badge number.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what I mean? It's like I told you about 2-3 times.
Just take the ticket. Ain't nothing but a warning.
Yeah. Then she could have signed it. Then got it. But yeah, she just.
And I'm doing
Put
this.
your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind
Mr.
your back. You're
Brooks.
under arrest. Put your hands behind your back. I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing it.
I'm asking you a question.
Okay. I'm letting you know. I'm not going to ask you again. I'm going to forcibly put your hand in your back.
But, sir, Mr. Brooks, is this really necessary?
Dog, if you ain't did it already, if you date this woman, just let you know, don't. If she like that with the police, boy, you ain't got nothing coming.
She too much drama.
Yeah, well, please. Yeah, we done.
Mr. Brooks.
Hold on.
Hey, listen, my
She
man.
needs to
Back
put,
up.
she needs to put her. Let her
Can I?
put her phone.
Okay, you can put your phone down.
Okay,
Let her
Mr.
put,
Brooks.
get ready.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm not saying that I'm refusing to sign the ticket. I'm going to
No,
sign the ticket.
you don't have an option now.
Because but I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket.
No, I'm not here to play games.
I know, but I'm going to sign.
Put your hands behind your back.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to sign. Why am I
You're actively resisting.
I'm asking you, why am I putting my hands behind my back?
You're under arrest.
I'm going to sign the ticket, but why am I under arrest? Why am I under arrest? I'm going to sign the ticket. I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks.
That's all it is.
I'm going to sign the ticket.
I asked you to sign the ticket. You told me you're not signing
I'm
it.
going to sign the ticket now. Mr. Brooks, I'm
You
going to
don't
sign
have
the
that
ticket.
option now.
Why don't I have the option,
Because I
Mr.
gave you
Brooks?
2 options.
She was asking for your badge number.
I'm asking for your badge number, and I wasn't clear on why you weren't giving me your badge number. Oh my God, sir, Mr. Brooks, I'm telling you that I'm going to sign the ticket.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I'm going to sign the ticket. Why am I being arrested? Tell me why I'm being arrested. Oh my God, I'm so sick. My God, please, in the name of Jesus, please, God, in the name. Why am I being arrested? I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. Why am I being arrested? I don't understand why I'm being arrested.
put that.
I'm being arrested. I have the right. I have the right to know.
Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
What are you taking her for? I didn't take it. Why are you pulling it out?
Put your hands behind your back.
Come on, sir. This is unnecessary. What are you doing? This is over. This over.
The bully still being cool.
Just put your hands behind your back.
I don't understand why I'm being arrested. That's why I'm not putting my hands behind my back. You have not given me a reason. So why am I getting? I'm not. You didn't haven't told me my rights or told me why I'm being arrested. That's exactly why I'm not putting my hands behind my back.
Because he had to do it. Back, she had that look.
Oh my God! I don't understand. Please, sir, you have not told me why I'm getting arrested, and that's why I have not put my hands behind my back. You have not told me, or you have not read me my rights or anything, and you're steady doing this to me. I don't understand. Can you please just tell me why I've been arrested? That's all I'm asking.
I just told you.
Why? Why
You refused to sign the ticket.
I did not. I told you I was going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I told you I was going to sign the ticket. Sign the ticket.
Your back.
Yeah, he's
Put your hands behind your back,
I'm
man.
telling you, I'm going to sign the ticket, Mr. Brooks. I will sign the ticket, please.
Ma'am, put your hands behind your back.
Why you? I don't understand.
Put your hands behind your back.
You're handling me.
Put your hands behind your back.
Please, God, please.
Put your hands behind your back.
You are hurting me.
Okay, put your hands behind your back.
I told you to read me my rights. You have not done any of that. You're not telling me why I'm going to jail. Please, God.
Put your hands behind your back.
Tell me why I'm being arrested.
Yo, you in my house. You'll be. Hey, he said, I tell you what.
Billy Robinson said, if y'all don't shut up, I'm gonna clear the whole house up. I looked at Trick. I said, "Shut up!"
So I'm telling you, I'm even taking the babies to jail. Oh, y'all go to jail.
Oh, shut up!
Okay.
I said, "I ain't going to jail for you." Or that time Shirley said, they said, "Man, we see you at every call we done been to today. We see you in there." Shirley, shut up! Y'all don't say nothing. Get it out.
There's trouble. You now. So we see you one more time.
She made us going out. And we grow.
Yeah, like so all she had to do was shut her mouth.
That's it.
Comply, and you'd have been on your way.
Is he the dude? He didn't do it. He was standing back and said he wasn't trying to grab her like, y'all ain't gotta do it. He said, you ain't gotta grab her like that. Nice and quiet. You ain't gotta grab her like that.
I told Tony I would walk back to the car.
Right. Exactly.
Watch the whole thing unfold. Look. Should have signed it.
Yeah.
What you was thinking about?
Wow. Yeah.
So what you think you were entitled to? Badge number. What you want a badge number for a ticket at the park? Like really? Just take that L. Like,
right.
And pay that ticket. Go about your business. Like, come on.
That was Susan said one time, let's go to the park. I said, dude, I'm not getting no ticket for you.
Right.
What you mean? I said the park closes at a certain time.
Is our time running out?
What does it say on there? Look at your face.
Can we
wait, we still
we still recording.
Oh, boy, you shot that and let me send it to Cot.
Well, we gonna get on. Our show's gonna be hidden. It's gonna be hopping. This is a show about gun violence.
They got more jokes on it. Oh, Lord. Okay, my bad. I can't see that part.
No, you can't.
Yeah, we have the 40-minute mark, so we can shut it down about 10 minutes.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Made the podcast today while you talking about I did.
That's all the time. You hear me? Not just today. Man.
Oh, this occur on a regular basis.
On a regular basis. Hilarious. Do you hear me?
I need Jake to do that.
I'm telling you.
Boy.
You want to trade seats again? That way we can close it out in a minute. I guess I don't. Do I have to?
Yeah, I'm gonna come over.
Oh, this musical chairs y'all do.
Stop resisting.
I'm trying to tell you for what? You are Mr. Brown. You are hurting my arm.
Come on, man.
Oh my God. Is this real?
Y'all hurting me. Don't no move. Code 40.
One thing I think
Did she have a wig on? Did a wig fall off?
she had like a hair wrap.
Yeah, but that's what we.
Yeah, that's just too much. They say because that could have been avoided.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was that guy. I might have would have bonded her out just because, just to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, got in my car and sped off and never looked back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the new me would have bonded out. But the old me would have left her in there because if she had kept a boss, she wouldn't be in there and I wouldn't be out of money.
Got me shot up.
Right. Exactly.
You're gonna have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that goes back to again, like some of that stuff we seen earlier. Okay, I'm on bias number because I'm just being abused by the police just off the top. They're just like, could he have let you go? Yeah, but at the same time, you're guilty.
Right.
So it's up to officer discretion. So if you want to write you the ticket, he's gonna write you one.
Right. Yeah. Oh wow.
But yeah,
it's been interesting.
I don't know. Like I said, all the news stuff and
that's what people gotta do. Stop watching the news.
Please. They sure don't be telling, and they always just tell part of the story all the time.
Exactly.
I'm sure that's spliced up somewhere and made it seem like, she just mind her own business.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Yeah. Tell the whole story, nothing but the truth.
But I don't know. Well, we survived.
Yes, we did.
In Florida, everywhere.
Unbelievable stories.
Florida police is way more laid back, but it all depends on the place because the smaller the city, sometimes the more.
Yeah.
But when it's like big cities, they got more bigger fish to fry.
Right.
They ain't worried about little petty stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh no. And then it all depends too, because I seen like even just recently they see somebody in the park and just tell them, just basically, you ain't supposed to be in the park. You can't just leave. That's all. Like that's why I couldn't even be really when I was asked to be a patrol, I said, nah, you don't want me to do that.
Right.
Because everybody
That's gotta be
I'd be in the car sleep, probably. Once I get a call like wake up, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go there. Other than that, they ain't
constantly driving around, then you sit. When you do sit, then when you sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, that concludes the show. Maybe we'll clip it up, or maybe we put the whole thing out. Probably put the whole thing out. Still working on the editing.
Yeah.
So just to put this out there, if you want to volunteer and help us with our show, with editing, run the whole show, produce the show. If you're looking to do that, experiencing that, please reach out to us. Actually, we probably should put our email address and stuff on here mentioned. Well, pop it up on the screen where I can do that yet. I don't think I have. I can't even see those.
Yeah.
Because I have lost my glasses. But
I have glasses and I can't read it, so.
so
We know.
yeah, so I'll just say it. You can get a hold of me. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. We'll put on the links below, so I can do that. We'll put our contact information on the link below. But if you want to help us produce this, because as you can tell, this is not our forte. But we had to start from somewhere, and we're just gonna keep improving and doing what we do. So you got any closing words?
Yeah, just we really do want to say just thank you and thanks for just bearing with us through this whole process. We truly love you guys and see you next time. Bye.
All right, again, don't forget to subscribe to us. So we're not at Red Hope. We ain't got that channel yet, so it'll be on social keys. But until next time, see you later.